If you're looking for luxury, for style, and you want everyone on the street to notice you, Rolls-Royce would like you to consider a $300,000 Ghost as a way to make that happen. Our auto critic Jason Harper spent a week around the LA area in the so-called baby rolls. He also rolled through Beverly Hills, the California countryside, gauging reactions, getting some ideas, and he filmed it all for us.
This is the Ghost, the latest luxury barge from Rolls-Royce. It's a head-turner, which also costs as much as a house. Dubbed the Baby Rolls, there's nothing small about it. With a shiny aluminum hood, an upright grille the size of Texas, and barn-sized doors, it attracts attention from gold diggers and inspires awe among valets.
It takes a certain gumption to drive a car like this. It's not for shrinking violets. You have to have more than money to sit here.
The Ghost weighs 3 tons, a problem overcome by the outsized 6.6-liter V12. It gathers steam like an angered Donald Trump. Still, as befitting a Royce, you'll strain to hear the bluster of the engine. The interior is nearly soundproof. Now owned by BMW, Rolls-Royce joins an array of British brands thriving under the ownership of foreign automakers. The Germans built the new Ghost on the chassis of the exceptional BMW 7 Series sedan. The upshot, all that luxury is now supplemented by rock-solid engineering. Roomier than most SUVs, the Ghost's interior is
Absolutely insane. It's probably one of the nicest interiors I've ever been in.
clad in British coach accents like baby butt leather, walnut whirl trim, and enough high-tech electronics to rival a jet fighter. Leave it to Rolls to have an umbrella always within reach and secret buttons to close the signature coach doors. The long cliches forced me to head for Bel Air and Beverly Hills.
I've been in a lot of other cars that are less expensive that drive better than the Ghost. However, the ride itself is pretty incomparable. It's like a firm hand pushing you on the back, and you just kind of roll forward. It's just so comfortable. It's like Aladdin's carpet. You're just kind of floating along.
But that sense of serenity is sometimes undermined by gawkers curious to see who's inside.
When you're driving a car this expensive in town and people are zipping around you, there's moments when you do worry.
And you'd have to be a multimillionaire not to care.
All right, so Jason, now that everybody thinks or did think you were a Kardashian when you were driving around town, I mean, I heard you say it's like a firm hand pushing. You drive tons of cars. Is this really the ultimate luxury car?
You know, it really is. Well, first of all, when you drive this car, everybody wants to know who's inside.
Of course.
And, you know, driving around LA, people think, God, you know, it must be somebody amazing.
You must be rich and famous.
And I would get out and they'd be like, oh,
well,
yeah,
Jason,
we don't know
you're
you.
amazing. Maybe not famous yet, but amazing.
Well, but it is luxurious. Here's the thing. It's built on the 7 Series infrastructure, so it drives beautifully.
I assume the long wheelbase version, that is.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. But then the interior is just, it's better than any living room I've ever been in. You know, I was idled in traffic and was perfectly happy. It's nicer than my couch, by far.
It's nicer than your couch. How does it stack up, though, against other British luxury makers, Bentley, for example?
Well, you know, Bentley is a little more inconspicuous. The Bentley is sort of this. To drive the Ghost, you have to have an ego.
You have to be non-Ghost.
You do, because people are going to look at you, so they're going to kind of wonder who you are. The Bentley is a little more inconspicuous. You can roll around town without sort of everybody wondering who you are. But it takes a certain person to really have the gumption to drive this car. It's true.
Hey, what about the suicide door? I thought that was actually illegal, right? The rear door opens
the other way.
The other way.
Indeed. And then you
so
press
that
a
if someone
button.
actually were to drive by and hit you, God forbid, you would be.
Well, that would be very expensive.
Hence the expression "suicide door." Why do they call, or why are they able to get away with it?
Well, it's heritage. I don't know if there's any reason you couldn't. I mean, there actually other car makers are doing it as well. But once you get inside, you press that button and it closes for you. You know, which is, and everybody gets excited about the umbrella.
I was just going to say.
Everybody loves the umbrella.
Whoa,
How
wait
cool
a
was
minute.
that?
That's a Bentley.
What are we looking at? Oh,
Yeah.
they're showing the Bentley
we were
here.
talking
A
about Bentley.
little healthy competition.
Yeah, this is the competition.
All right,
And
Adam,
does
Bentley,
Yes.
Bentley or Ghost?
Come on, look at that thing. Look at that. The Bentley with the red interior, no top.
Look.
All right.
I would be all over that like white on rice. How much would that set me
There
back?
is a Roy. It's about $210, I think.
$210. It's cheaper.
There you go, Adam.
That's
it's a
because
bargain.
it doesn't have a roof. Of course it's cheaper. There's less metal.
There's a new
It's a
generation
bargain.
just coming out in the GTC, and it's quite nice as well. So, if these are your problems, these are good problems to have. Let's
Hey,
be
by the way,
honest.
I got to ask you, this is, I mean, you said it's what, 3 tons?
Yeah.
It is. It is a heavy, heavy car. I mean, it's a massive, 12-cylinder engine inside. I think it's over 560 horsepower, and so it's not fast, but it is very sure. It's very sure on its feet. But
Wow.
it's a heavy machine.
It's like a rolling bank vault.
Pretty much.
And you need a rolling bank vault to buy it.
Yeah, it is not cheap. Like I said, the one that actually was outfitted was $300,000. I think it starts about $250 if you were to get, bare bones.
Jason, thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Our car guru, Bloomberg's own Jason Harper, with his enviable job.